Hello, Olivier, Chairman Loading. I'll be taking you through what's called a formal launch, and this concerns primarily people who are interested in building organizations, who understand the value of referral marketing, and who want to tap into the international compensation plan. The launch is something that everybody must go through very early on, particularly point number one of the launch, which is to list the reasons why you want to build a business. This is probably the most important thing of the whole launch. And so we all use this format, this sheet here called the IBO Academy Fast Start to Your Success, which I'm making available to you as well. And if we can just all follow a process that is duplicatable, then we can build large organizations together. So what I'll do basically, I'll go through this document, and then I'll share something about the why by Matt Rosa. Matt Rosa is currently Chairman 750, and we all believe that those ranks are going to be increased to Chairman 1000 as more and more people are reaching these ranks. I think there was something about running a mile. I've heard one day a story about running a mile, that nobody could break a certain amount of time for a mile until somebody broke it. And all of a sudden now everybody can run a mile in under X amount of minutes. The same thing here. I think in 2017, there were only a handful, literally a handful of Chairman 10s. And then by now, 2020, people are breaking Chairman 10s by the dozens, because some people have led the way, and now other people can follow. And so I would rather that we focus on sharing from very successful people in the business. That way we can easily duplicate that. So I'll take you through this, because this is very easy. We can all do that. And then I'll share with you something that Matt says about the why, so that then you can pass that on to somebody else. And hopefully that's going to be useful. Okay, so basically, again, the why is the most important. Why are you building this? And according to Matt Rosa, your why should ideally even bring you to tears, because if you can cry about it, if it's something that means so much to you, then you become unstoppable. Nothing will be able to stop you. And so I had my formal launch, in which, first of all, it was quite material, which is normal. What do I want to provide for my family? What kind of lifestyle do I see for my family? And so one of the things that I have here, of course, is also to get used to visualizing. And so this is a property, and for many reasons. Also, you have to ask yourself, if it is a certain material thing, ask yourself, once you come to an answer, why is that important? And for me, for instance, my wife, who recently lost her father, she had already lost her mom when she was very young. And so for her, it's so important to be able to entertain, to have family, to have my family, to have her brother, to have her friends, and so on, to be surrounded by people. She loves it, for people to stay over, to have sleepovers for the kids, and so on. To the comfort of a beautiful home that can welcome a lot of people, that can be used, that's always full, some kind of activity, people visiting, people in the pool, dogs, and so on, while I'm out with the guys on bikes, on motorcycles, or in my truck. That is really the vision that I want for my family. No worries, a beautiful home where my wife can entertain all she wants. And so this is one of them. The next one for me was my parents. My parents are getting older, to be able to take care of them. They've given so much, and so to be able to really have them comfortable, looked after, very close to where we'll live. And then the next step is, of course, to leave a legacy. What kind of legacy do I want to leave? And so I've been involved for many years in large-scale electricity projects around the continent. But for me, I'm also a certified project manager, and the reason I wanted to become a project manager is because of my love for very heavy infrastructure. So bridges, ports, airports, and so on, highways, toll roads, all of those things that Africa needs. And so ultimately one day I'd like to have a foundation that works a bit like a franchise, so that it can duplicate itself all around Africa, and it has a specific way of looking for projects, rating these projects, recommending these projects, getting funding for these projects, and so on. but I want to leave behind a foundation. And so once you start getting clear on your why, I also want to fly helicopters, aircraft, and not only for the thrill of it, but because we live in Africa. And so unless you can fly and land on a hill or land somewhere next to a river or land anywhere you want, you're never going to see these places. You're never going to reach the people that are in deep Africa. And so all of those things, the more we can become clear about them, the less likely it is that anything can stop our progress. What's going to stop my progress? A couple of people saying that they're not interested in joining us to learn how to become successful and self-sustaining traders. What's going to stop me? People who say no to joining, even if it's 20 people, 30 people, 50 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. Why would that stop me if I know what I'm doing this for? Of course, it's not going to stop me, but that's because we have to get clear on the why. So I'll leave behind something from Matt Rosa, who also goes into that. Why should your why make you cry? Because that's when you become unstoppable. Okay. The second is to start plugging in. Okay. So you can go through that. Go to the I Am Center. Invest at least an hour a day, 5 days a week. Watch the videos of the academy. Attend Go Live. At least one Go Live a day. Start using the products, and in the products we mean the strategies, some harmonics, vibrata, and so on. Start using the products. Next, you have to start building a list, and I started doing that. Of course, I had been involved in referral marketing before, so I understand the need for building a list, but I started doing that. I built a list, and you'd be surprised once you have a list, and I have it on my phone. Once you have a list, you'd be very surprised how often you start adding to this list. And so I have this program. I don't know if you can, no, you probably can't see it. No, you probably can't see it, but I have this program where I'm adding names all the time because I might go on Facebook and I scroll and I see a couple of people and I just put their names on there, or I'm on Instagram, or I scroll down my phone, or I think about someone and I put their names on there. So also a big difference for me in really gunning for making that opportunity available to people. There's a couple of factors. Number one, we're in the middle of a pandemic. And I know what this can do because I know what it's done for me to be able to join this academy. But we're in the middle of a pandemic, and therefore people need this. It's become like a rescue mission for me. Like a rescue mission. How will you let people in this situation while you have a solution in your hands? And so now I'm on a mission to just make as many of my friends and peers aware about this opportunity, because we are living in dangerous times more than ever. Okay, and then the more I do that, the better I become. And I heard one from David Imonitia, who's also a chairman 750 at the time of this recording, and I make that clear because I mentioned we're going to move up probably to chairman 1000, chairman 1300, and so on. But he was saying that if you want to get maybe 12 people or 20 people on your team, would you be willing to expose this business to 100, 150, or 200 people? And for some people, it's terrifying. But once you know your why, and once you also understand that you're actually going out to help people, like on a mission, then for me, it's not scary at all. So I've organized myself for like 100 people at a time. And then I check off. I'm now on number 38, 39. I need to get to 100. Not because the 100 is the end. The 100 is where I reload the next 100. And then I go. So how motivated are you? That depends on your why. Okay, 4, it says here, book meetings. There, I think once you understand the first number 1 and number 3, your why, and to build a list, then how you go about doing it is going to become up to you. We're going to be here to support and to help. But here it says book a meeting so that you can identify the leaders. Number 5 is to commit to at least 18 months. Because if you do that, and after 2-3 months you're not seeing results either from your learning to your training as a trader, or as your organization, and you quit, you haven't given yourself enough time. It's like that image of, that the guy who's digging for diamonds, and then he gives up, but the diamond is right there. So give yourself time. Give yourself time. And anything takes time. If you were to pick up learning to play the guitar today, you wouldn't quit after 3 weeks or 2 months. If you were to pick up tennis or golf, you wouldn't quit. Especially if you really want to play, if you want to become good, you wouldn't quit because you've got a strong enough why. Okay, so commit. And then finally here, again, build a list of potential customers, of people who might only want to trade or people who might only want the business. I think that is hard to define. You should just go and introduce the full package to everyone, because you don't know who is interested in trading, who is interested in building a team. Okay, and then dive in. Personal growth, very important. I've put a section in my YouTube channel. Any personal growth now that comes across my radar that I listen to, I put it on there. But here are some recommendations, because we have to grow. You grow into your next life. You grow into your next level of income. You have to actually grow as a person. And this is why this process of approaching people and not being afraid, and the process actually allows you to become better. Because the first time you present it to someone, maybe you're too excited, maybe you don't know enough, maybe something is going to be off, and somebody's going to tell you he's not interested. That can either shoot you down, or that can just give you fuel for the next. And once you do it to 10 people, 30 people, 40 people, 60 people, now you're fine-tuned. Now you've grown. Now you have belief in your eyes. Now people will listen. Okay? So grow as a person. Okay? And then the 90-day plan. Here, I wouldn't also stress too much about the actual structure. If you want to go to Platinum 1000, get people on board. Get your belief in the right place. Get people on board. The rest will flow. The rest will follow. And don't stop there. Think already Chairman 10, Chairman 25, Chairman 50, and so on. Because then this is easy. This is not even a pit stop. This is just goal signs on the way. So don't stress about Platinum 1000. I wouldn't stress about that. I'm here looking for people, looking to help the next chairman and chairwoman. So don't stress about Platinum 1000. It's nice that it's there because you can measure, but definitely we're shooting much higher than this. There are people who are aiming for Chairman 1000. Okay, so don't limit yourself, and that's part of the personal growth. Grow so that this is not intimidating anymore. And then start putting things down. I have next to the property, I have a list here with dates and with goals and so on. So put things down, increase your belief. I am so happy and grateful now that I am a Chairman 50 by X date, making an income of so much. Sign the check. Okay, so enjoy Matt's short video. It's very powerful, and it comes from someone who has built one of the biggest organizations in the world in any industry, not just within our company. His success is outrageous, and he's not alone. There are many Chairman 750s. So listen to his advice about your why, and also share with me what is your why. Send me a note. Say, this is what I want to achieve. This is where I'm going. Because the more I know about you and what you're trying to achieve, the more excited I am, and the more I can help you, the more I can remind you, the more I can push you. Okay? Welcome on board.